What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we got some interesting news, some entertaining news, as undefeated, unified WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top two, if not number one, definitely top five pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Errol the True Spence Jr., who has 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, as he's going back and forth with former now lightweight title contender star boxer Rolando Rolly Romero, who is now 14 wins, one loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. With that said, Rolando Rolly Romero was last seen in action May 28th of 2022 when he took on three-division world champion, undefeated superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, and he was brutally knocked out in the sixth round of that fight. That's the fight that Rolando Rolly Romero had been calling for quite some time, and he finally got it. It came to fruition, and he was brutally knocked out in the fight. With that said, after the fight, uh, you know, Rolando Rolly Romero didn't lose any confidence, didn't lose any sleep, said that Tank got lucky. Well, Errol Spence, he's now pushing forward with his promotional company, and it's called Man Down Promotions, okay? And he promotes undefeated, lightweight, star title contender, Frank the Ghost Martin. Frank Martin is 17 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, right? So now Frank Martin is signed to Man Down Promotions. Frank Martin has had two big fights now when he's seriously making a name for himself. So obviously, Rolly Romero's in the same weight class as Frank Martin. And so Errol Spence, he's trying to push for Frank Martin, Rolly Romero fight. That would be a big fight. It's a nice attraction, right? And Rolly has no interest in fighting Frank the Ghost Martin, as he stated. He don't want to fight Frank Martin. He want to fight Errol Spence. So he last fought at 135. Now he's saying he's moving up to junior welterweight 140. But if the opportunity presents itself, he's going to go up and fight Errol Spence at 147. Then he goes on to proceed to say that the biggest fight in boxing between Errol Spence, undefeated three-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO welterweight world champion, was widely considered by many to be the number one best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terrence Crawford, who has a record of 39 wins, no loss, no draw, 30 wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach, is not happening because Errol Spence is afraid of Terrence Crawford, right? He said he's scared of Terrence Crawford. He don't want to make the fight happen. And then he goes on to say, well, Terrence Crawford is also afraid of him. This should be an easy fight to be made, but I want to fight Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence responded, and he called Rolando Rolly Romero a tune-up. And he says, I don't do tune-ups. And you actually a tune-up for Frank Martin. To which Rolly Romero now responds again, and he says that, he will move up and dominate Errol Spence Jr. with the opportunity. He said he would spank on Errol Spence if he got the opportunity to move up. Rolly Romero is very confident in his abilities and what he can do. Uh, Obviously, Errol Spence doesn't have his sights remotely close to being set on Rolly Romero at all. He's rumored to fight former unified WBC, WBA welterweight world champion superstar boxer who is 30 wins, one loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 69-inch arm reach, and Keith one-time Thurman. Okay, so that's who Errol Spence is looking to fight or is going to fight possibly in May. Okay, and then obviously he has his sights set on a fight with Terrence Crawford or stay at 154 because the fight with him and Keith Thurman is being rumored to be at 154. So with that said, Errol Spence doesn't have any interest in fighting Rolando Rolly Romero. And, he would love to make the fight with Rolly Romero and Frank Martin. That would be a huge co-main event. Okay, if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fought Frank Martin versus Rolly Romero, or even Errol Spence fight Keith Thurman, Frank Martin versus Rolly Romero. But Rolly stated that he's only going to fight in 135 for a rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis or a fight with Ryan Garcia. He has no interest in fighting undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'9" and a half, with a 72-inch arm reach, and the undisputed champion. He says he has no marketing ability. He can't promote himself, and nobody knows who he is. He has no interest in fighting him or anybody else, Frank Martin for that matter. He's interested in fighting Tank in the rematch because he felt like he got lucky and put the blemish on his record, and he wants to fight Ryan Garcia because they have a rivalry dating back some years, right? But it's interesting that he continues to call out Errol Spence, and he's confident, right, that he can actually fight and defeat Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence is a southpaw like Gervonta Tank Davis. Errol Spence, big, strong, uh, um, very, very high work rate, fundamentally sound. I like Rolly Romero. I think he's a competitive fight. I think that he needs some fine tuning. I think that he definitely can, compete with some tweaking to his game. Right, very unorthodox. He does have power, but he leaves himself wide open. He doesn't. He's not fundamentally sound. He looks very green, right? And I knew that was going to be the reason why he was going to lose and get knocked out by Tank Davis. And if he was to fight Errol Spence Jr., that would be bad. That would be all bad because his power won't be as effective as he believes it will be when he moves up. Errol Spence is much bigger, much stronger, fundamentally sound, has a jab, very, very high work rate, durable. That would be all bad for Rolly Romero. Now, I like Rolly Romero versus Frank Martin. Frank Martin, he's somewhat semi-green like Rolly, right? He started late in his career. He now he has some experiences fights under his belt, beating Michelle Ali Rivera. So he's beaten. He beat the guy that Rolly people thought that actually uh, um, beat Rolly Romero. So he beat him in the fight before. So I would love to see, Frank Martin versus Rolly Romero. I think that that's the perfect fight. But Rolly is rumored, he's telling people that he's going to fight against Ryan Garcia in April, but we know that's not true. Jackson Marina is, he fought Rolly Romero. And Frank Martin TKO Jackson Marinas. He fought Rolly Romero back in August of 2020, and people thought that Rolly got a gift decision because he was with Mayweather Promotions. Okay, so that would be a good fight. But again, Rolly is saying that he's set to get a title opportunity. He's saying that he's going to fight Ryan Garcia in April. We know that's not true because Ryan Garcia is going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in April. He's not going to fight Rolando Rolly Romero. With that said, listen to what Rolly had to say. He is one thing for sure, two things for certain. Rolly Romero knows how to market himself and he knows how to sell a fight.
I've been calling out Errol Spence for a while, and I that's fight I will proudly go up. I will skip 100.
So he said, this is a fight I would probably go up. I would skip 140 pounds.
140 pounds, go straight to 147 and whoop Spence ass.
And whip on Errol Spence, right?
He's scared of Crawford, and Crawford's scared of him.
So you heard what he said. Listen again.
I'm gonna say it like this: I've been calling out Errol Spence for a while, and that's fight I will proudly go up. I will skip 140 pounds, go straight to 147 and whoop Spence ass. He's scared of Crawford, and Crawford's scared of him.
So you heard what Rolly Romero had to say. Again, Rolly Romero, again, he's not the most experienced fighter, but one thing he can do is sell a fight and promote a fight, right? Again, he's not fundamentally sound. He's not very experienced, but he does have power. He does have a lot of confidence. He's big and strong especially for the lower weight classes. I would love to see Rolly versus Regis Prograis, right? I think that would be a very entertaining fight. Not definitely somebody's getting knocked out, and nobody's going to back up or back down. And the promotion for that fight would absolutely be enormous as well. Okay, so that would be a huge fight, right, for Rolly. But he's saying that he's going to get a title opportunity again. He's not fighting Ryan Garcia in April. But we got to see how that unfolds and plays out, right? He's moving up now to 140. The 140 is Regis Prograis is the WBC champion. Uh, um, Josh Taylor still holds two belts, and then there's a vacant belt. So we got to see how that unfolds and clears up. But as far as Rolly fighting Errol Spence, I just think that that's a terrible matchup, especially right now for Rolly and to jump up all those weight classes. Frank Martin is more like it, but it's entertaining. And one thing for certain, again, Rolly gonna sell a fight. But that's all I got for y'all. I thought that was entertaining. I wanted to talk about that. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.